Trump, tariffs, Trump's tariffs. News of U.S. tariffs continues to dominate Korean headlines. While tariffs are important, Korea's trade faces a more fundamental challenge. Unless this issue is addressed, even well-negotiated trade deals will not be enough to stabilize Korea's economic security. Any discussions of Korea's trade must include China, but this relationship is no longer what it used to be. Through the mid-2010s, Korea posted substantial trade surpluses with China, driven by strong exports of semiconductors, precision instruments, LCDs, machinery, etc. However, since the Korea-China FTA in 2015, imports from China have steadily increased, and by 2023, Korea's trade balance with China turned into a deficit. Currently, Korea records its largest trade surplus with the United States, thanks to a sharp rise in exports of automobiles, semiconductors, and machinery since 2020. As a result, over the past decade, Korea's trade has become increasingly concentrated. Exports lean toward the US, while imports rely heavily on China. Indeed, compared to other major economies, Korea's trade is notably concentrated in a few countries and product categories. How did this happen?
중국이 정부 주도로 제조업 경쟁력을 높이면서 공급망을 내재화한 데다가 한중 FTA로 우리 시장이 더 개방되면서 전반적으로 순수입이 늘게 됐고요. 미국에서는 정부의 제조업 지원 정책과 우리 기업들의 현지 투자가 맞물리면서 수출이 확대된 것으로 보입니다. 2018년 미중 무역 전쟁은 이런 추세가 가속화된 그런 계기라고 할 수 있습니다. 결국 최근 우리 무역의 변화는 미국과 중국의 산업정책 변화, 그리고 두 나라 간의 지정학적 갈등이라는 구조적 요인이 크게 작용한 것이죠. 그런데 이렇게 미중 갈등과 자국 우선주의가 지속되면 예전처럼 여러 나라가 협력하면서 경제적 효율성을 극대화하는 환경을 기대하기가 어렵습니다. 오히려 효율성을 일부 희생하더라도 경제의 자율성과 안정성을 지키는 방향으로 무역 전략을 수정할 필요성이 점점 커지고 있습니다.
Under evolving global trade conditions, Korea's heavy reliance on China and the US and a narrow set of export items makes its trade structure increasingly fragile. These vulnerabilities must now be addressed from a security standpoint. Recently, the US announced plans to impose additional tariffs on Korean exports, including automobiles and home appliances, two of Korea's most competitive sectors. Whether coincidental or not, these items align with the top 3 US trade deficit items, making Korea an obvious target regardless of which administration is in power. Even in high-potential sectors such as secondary batteries and renewable energy, Korea's manufacturing remains heavily reliant on Chinese raw materials and components. The more control China has over Korea's supply chains, the more likely Korea's industrial output will suffer if Chinese production is disrupted. In fact, some analyses predict a major contraction in Korean manufacturing output under such scenarios. In the US, studies have linked rising imports from China with over a decade of job losses in manufacturing and stagnant wages. Similar effects may be emerging in Korea, with concerns that regional cities with a heavy manufacturing base may face deeper decline. Emphasizing trade efficiency can lead to concentration in certain countries or product categories. Such patterns may even heighten the risk of macroeconomic instability. Other studies also show that diversifying export markets and products can reduce risk and raise both overall exports and productivity. At the national level, Korea should accelerate participation in multilateral trade agreements, such as the CPTPP, and work to expand and deepen existing trade pacts. For strategic industries, it is essential to encourage domestic production through targeted investment incentives. Proven export diversification measures should also be scaled up. Furthermore, stronger safeguards must be implemented to support firms and workers adversely affected by unfair import competition. Tariff shocks from the US are a pressing threat, but the real challenge lies in fundamentally overhauling Korea's trade structure.